Baylor, I'm glad to see that your microphone was working. Ms. Church and I were a little worried about your microphone earlier when we were calling on you to answer a question. So good to see it's working. Make sure that you have a good connection because we were a little concerned when I actually called on you earlier about something for on the summary word. So good call. I'm glad to see you there. Make sure, boys and girls, during this time, we're going to keep the chat muted, but we are going to allow questions as you raise your hand. Make sure you use the hand raising feature. If I'm in the middle of speaking about something, I may not be able to answer your question right away, but I will try to get to it while I'm working on this assignment description. Today, our assignment description is about the Streetview History 2.2, and I want to show you something new. We haven't done this yet in class. So I want to show you this. We usually would do this on our tablets in the classroom, but I figured out a way we can do it here in the classroom. Boys and girls, for us, history is beginning with America. History, and we're going to be talking about a lot about how America got started. And we're going to start, there's a lot of places we could start, but we're going to be starting with a place called Jamestown, which some of you may or may not have heard about. It's one of the first colonies in America, and we want to really focus on there as our beginning. And the first thing I want to do is we want to start off by going to a museum. Since we can't go there for real, we're going to go there virtually, and we're going to do a virtual visit to a museum about Jamestown. I'm going to have you look at a picture there in the museum, and I want you to tell me your opinion about it. I'll show you right now what I mean. I want you to look at the screen right now and look at where it says click here to view and complete the assignment. Don't start this assignment until you've gone over the directions because I don't want you to get confused about what to do. But I want to show you what you will need to do to complete this assignment correctly. And boys and girls, I'm applauding everybody who's coming on time at 1:30. Make sure that you come on in and mute your projector or mute your microphone. I keep saying projector because that's what we'd have in the classroom, and I'd ask someone to mute the projector. So excuse me if I'm just using that phrase. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the assignment now, and I want to show you how to do it. So it's very important that you take a look at these directions so you're not getting confused about what to do. We're going to go ahead and open up the hyperlink in the assignment, and you'll see that you get to a Google form. This form is actually called Streetview History 2.2. And today what I'm going to ask you to do is we're going to ask you to go to the historic Jamestown, Virginia Museum, which is actually kind of interesting. The museum is at the site of original Jamestown, one of the first colonies in America. And trivia tip, it's only about 10 miles away from my daughter Caitlin lives. She moved out there, and so we get to go visit Jamestown a lot, so it's kind of fun. One thing that they did is they have actually a street view of the Jamestown Museum, so we can actually visit that virtually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask that you go into that Jamestown Museum when you get the assignment. The link is actually inside the assignment, and I'll show you what happens when you click on it. When you click on it, you'll be entering the Jamestown Museum. This has got a lot of different exhibits on here. When you're done with the assignment, if you feel like you want to run around and take a look at it, you can. But what I want you to do is really focus in on the first thing you see, which is this picture of these guys right here. You'll notice that they're called worthy, and I'll zoom in on here. They're called worthy and noble gentlemen. And the worthy and noble gentlemen are what I want you to focus on, these guys right here. You'll be able to zoom in on them as you get closer to the picture, and you can use the little zoom key right here to zoom in on it and just move around. Now, I kind of moved around the museum and got myself off task here because I was looking around. So I'm going to go back to my noble gentleman, and we'll move right here to see. Okay, good. Now, the reason why I want you to focus on these are the guys who actually went and started Jamestown. And I want you, while you're looking at this picture, I'm going to want your opinion. And the question is actually listed in there, but I want to go over it with you right now. You may not know this about Jamestown, but Jamestown was extremely dangerous. There were a lot of dangers there. There were people that already lived there that were very hostile and did not really appreciate other people coming in, living in Jamestown. The climate was awful. It was hot and humid. There were bugs. It was dangerous. There was not a lot of food. It it was just a really tough place to live. And you had to be kind of a survivalist to live there. You had to be tough. You had to be able to hunt and fish and grow your own food and know how to work. Well, I want you to look at these fancy gentlemen right here, and I want you to tell me if there's anything that may be a clue where some of them may not be ready to be going to Jamestown, or maybe they might not succeed, or you may see some things in here that you think, oh yeah, they're ready, they can survive at Jamestown. You may see things that give you a clue that they're good to go, they'll be fine. Or some of these guys, you may think to yourself, based on what I see here, they may not be ready. They may not succeed at Jamestown. So I want you to take a look at that picture on your own, and then I want you to answer whether you think these gentlemen are ready and will survive in Jamestown. That's our assignment for today, boys and girls, for this part. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and answer a few questions by raising hands. And if you're okay with what to do on this one, you can go ahead and get started on the assignment. I'm going to go ahead and have you work on the assignment for Streetview 2.2. When you're done with that, you can work on the office hour time on any reading or assignments that you have not already done. After I'm done with this meeting, I'm going to be I'll be watching my emails just to make sure if you have any questions, you can email me and let me know if there's any problems, questions, or concerns you have. And if I need to, I can touch base with you and we can go over any questions. I will leave this meeting open for just a few more minutes. I'm going to stop recording right now since I've gone over the directions, but I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm going to leave the meeting open